Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of College and Career Pathways, where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. we provide you with information on various colleges and universities, financial aid resources, technical schools, training programs, skilled trade professions, employment opportunities, career readiness skills, all designed to help you make the best career decisions possible. I'm Tony Curitin, your host, and today we are with Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union. We're continuing our financial literacy series, and today we are going to be talking about cybersecurity and identity theft. Thank you so much, Colleen, for joining us again. Welcome back. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Glad to be back, as usual. As mentioned, cybersecurity, we've talked a bit about scams and someone actively trying to trick you, trying to scam you with a lie or a story. And we're looking at identity theft today, which is more of someone steals your identity, steals your information without you even being aware of it. So there's unfortunately lots of different kinds of ways you can be taken advantage of. Of course, we have a video that gives the top five jackpot tips to pay attention to.
Welcome to NPYIS, Jen.
NP what now?
NPYIS. Not protecting your identity. Super good. You're just in time. This is our crime scene.
No, that's my apartment?
It's a gold mine for identity thieves.
I know I should probably be more concerned about the camera in my apartment right now, but for the sake of learning more about identity theft, what? How?
Look here. Trash can. Enhance. Mail with your full name and address, old bank statements, an expired credit card. These need to be shredded beyond recognition before they get thrown out, or someone could scoop your identity out of a recycling bin.
Oh man, I didn't realize that.
Not many people do. And look here. Wallets. Enhance.
Whoa.
Do you really need to carry all that stuff with you every day?
Well, no, I just kind of keep it there.
Anything needlessly in your wallet can be needlessly stolen. Carry the bare minimum with you and store the rest in a secure place. Smartphone. Enhance. Phones in the wrong hands are a portal to your personal information. Passcode protect them, or use an app that will wipe the phone if it gets lost or stolen. And don't store PIN codes or passwords in to-do list apps.
But they're so handy.
Well, they're handy for identity thieves, too. So are your social media posts. Don't overshare. Don't broadcast when you're going out of town. And don't post photos of latte art.
Latte art? Why?
Because I'm sick of seeing them in my news feed.
Oh.
Sir, coffee shop surveillance just came in.
During transactions, keep your card in sight at all times and use your hand to cover your PIN number. And things like banking and online shopping should never be done from a public Wi-Fi network.
Gotcha.
Let's check out your workstation. Computer. Enhance. It looks like you only shop on trusted sites. That's good. Good job. Web browser. Enhance. 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 That's better. When entering personal information online, look for HTTPS and that padlock symbol. It means it's secure. Email. Enhance. Look out for suspicious-looking emails and links. Thieves will pose as large companies and ask for personal information, hoping you won't notice the difference. Sketchy email addresses and URLs can give them away.
Cool.
Install spam filters and antivirus software to protect yourself from these instances. Emails are not secure, so you should never send personal information by email. And of course, never use the same password for everything.
Sir, results are back from the lab. She uses the same password for everything.
If you can't do it yourself, then you can use a trusted secure password manager app to do it for you.
Well, if I didn't need it before, I definitely need it now.
All right. What's that there? Kitty cat. Enhance.
Hey, my cat is not an identity thief.
I know. I'm just investigating how cute it is. Adorable. Vigilance is also an important part of keeping your identity safe. Familiarize yourself with your billing cycles so that you can tell if a statement doesn't show up or your mail gets tampered with.
Sir, this just came in. Identity theft reported. Phone scam, fake contest for a cruise.
I'm on it.
Computer, Enhance. Ah, so cool. Enhance.
This is my cat Smokey, and this over here is Mittens. This is my cat Bella. She's allergic to pineapple.
Okay. All right. So foiling identity theft, trying to get ahead of it, trying to prevent it from happening as opposed to dealing with the repercussions and the consequences of it already happening. It is the fastest growing nonviolent crime in America. Excuse me. It keeps changing. Filters block spam emails, phones block spam numbers, and just as often as we are keeping up with the identity theft criminals are keeping up with us and changing and adding and slipping through the cracks. So just because you have a spam filter, just because you unsubscribed from an email, just be careful, because it's growing extremely fast, unfortunately, with technology. Learn to safeguard your own information. Again, your information, it's your job to protect it. You're the one who would suffer the consequences. You're the one who would lose out. So it's in your best interest to safeguard your personal information. So 5 identity theft jackpots. So it's not foolproof, but get these 5 and you should be well on your way. Trash can. A lot of people don't think about this one. Your trash it's your garbage. It's once it's in the trash, it's gone. It doesn't matter. You can put whatever you want in your trash. But trash can be gone through, right? Whether it's out in front of the house, like right next to it, it could be in a bin right next to the house. It could be out on the street to get picked up. It could be in a dumpster. There's a lot of information that you throw away unknowingly. Account numbers, bills, credit card numbers, paycheck stubs. One thing I've found or realized is later on in life, you'll be getting so many offers of credit. You'll be getting, get our credit card. You should get our credit card. You should get our credit card. And you get these offers all the time. And you can sign up to have opt-out pre-screen to have those not sent to you. But a lot of the time, it's junk mail, right? Oh, a new Discover card. I don't want a new Discover card. And you just throw it away, right? It's junk mail. Well, someone's going through your junk, your trash, and they've got an envelope that says you're approved for a credit card. So what do? They call up and say, hi, my name is Colleen Godfrey, and I'd like to take advantage of this credit card and blah, 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 blah. And, they open it up in your name. So even if it's things you're not interested in, it really needs to be destroyed because somebody else would be interested in it. If someone has good credit, if you have very good credit, you're likely to receive more offers in the mail. Someone's more likely to know that and go through your trash in particular. Your phone. So nowadays, everybody has a phone. Phones were a luxury, and quite honestly, they're a necessity now to get a hold of people, to get instant communication, authentication, have codes sent back and forth. So you need your phone to be in tip-top shape, working order, and you need it to be secure. Password protected lock on your home screen. You see the 4-digit code right here. My phone, my work, it's an iPhone, but my work, the credit union provides it. and it's a 6-digit code. So they figured it out so that it's a 6-digit code, making it even more difficult to get into. You do want to set up that screensaver, that screen lock. It's easy to say, never go to screensaver, or wait 5-10 minutes before you go to screensaver. You don't want that. Oh, it's so annoying to put the code in. It's so annoying to put the code in. You can do fingerprint login most of the time. You go into settings, fingerprint login, takes a couple seconds. Nowadays, phones with facial recognition, if it's a 4-digit number, it's worth it. It's worth it to put that number in than take the chance of you're just leaving your phone out. And it's not so much that you're leaving your phone out and someone's going to look at what's on the screen, but they can access it. Oh, well, I can click on, your banking app. I can click on your work email. I can maybe order some stuff and have it shipped to me, because you probably have your, debit card or credit card number saved, and it'll just say, use this card. And you're like, sure. So there's a lot of convenient things you have set up on your phone for yourself that can make it extremely easy for someone else. Location tracking. Maybe they can just look up, where you live, follow you home. Public Wi-Fi is not secure. Everyone loves public Wi-Fi. You can do your work at Starbucks, at McDonald's, libraries, hotels. It seems like everywhere has Wi-Fi nowadays. But just because it's offered doesn't mean it's secure. You'll see if you go to log on to your Wi-Fi, maybe at home, and you'll see lots of different networks to choose from. Various neighbors, various businesses, and they all have that little lock next to it, meaning you cannot sign on, you cannot get in. Other times it'll be guest, or you'll see unsecured, or there'll just be no lock on it, and you can just log right on. You can just use their internet. In theory, you could just pull up in front of their house, park your car, and be doing all your work on the Wi-Fi that you get from the house that's a few feet away. But you don't want people doing that, right? You want a difficult, or at least rememberable, easily remembered password, but something, not a word, not, password. Be careful when you're using public Wi-Fi, putting in your credit card number, putting in your debit card number, doing your banking. Someone else who is also on that same network can try to get into your phone. There's all these back channels. They can look at what you're looking at, or they can see where you've been. Don't store sensitive information on your phone. Again, it's not so much they're looking at, the text you have, but they know there's important stuff in here. Is there a password protection app that they can look in? Is there a, Amazon, and you can just reorder stuff? You have all your passwords stored maybe in notes, in that little notepad app. That's not good. Make it difficult. You want things to be convenient for yourself, but the more personal information that you put on your phone, the more someone can find it, right? The PIN pad. This is talking about when you're purchasing something at a register, at a store. You put the chip in, you slide the card in, or you swipe it. Either way, what they're mentioning in the video is make sure you cover up your debit card. There's a certain putting your thumb over the number, a certain way to hold the card, and you can even swipe it while you have part of your thumb, over the numbers, because Hey, someone could have a camera nearby, someone just takes a quick picture, someone's filming a video, they just got to zoom in to see the number. You're putting your PIN in. Are you with someone? Are you with family? Are you with friends? Are you with friends of friends who are a little shoulder surfing, looking at you, puts okay, 1943. All right, I got it. Now all I need to do is get the number. If they have that 16-digit number, you can go online and order stuff. You can call and order stuff. You don't need your ATM PIN to order stuff online, right? You don't need your PIN to go to a restaurant and order food, right? You do not want that number to get out, right? Not just even the card itself, but that number. When you're swiping, cover up the screen, maybe kind of have flashy fingers where it looks like you're pressing a bunch of buttons, but you're only pressing, the 4 that you need. Some people will pull out their card and kind of set it on the counter and just wait, or they'll take it out and set it on the counter and start, bagging up, thinking it's convenient, they're helping, but they're leaving it out for anyone to see. Someone to, let me try and see if I can remember that. You remember the first half, I'll remember the second half. Your debit card has that 16-digit number holds a lot of money attached to it. So make sure you're protecting yourself when you're making purchases, valid, legitimate purchases. Cover it up. Don't leave your card hanging out. Put it away right away. Don't let anyone else borrow it. Keep your card in sight at all times. Again, don't let anyone else borrow it. Say, oh, just run in and pay for it for me. You don't know what they've done in the meantime. Choosing a good PIN. Now, everyone thinks they can guess everyone else's PIN, and unfortunately, they can be right. People love to put the year they were born, their birthday, 0224. They might put their house number, address. Those are all very easily guessed numbers. I mean, you might say, well, how's anyone going to know my birthday? Really? If I'm an identity thief and I'm going to the trouble of trying to steal your identity, I bet I can find out your birthday. I bet I can look on Facebook. I bet you've got it on LinkedIn. I bet you've got it stored on your phone. I bet I can look in an email and see when you had a party. I can find your address. I can, if you're married, I can find a wedding date, put in your anniversary. Choosing a PIN is important because that's a barrier, right? You have that 4-digit PIN, or in my case, 6-digit PIN on your phone, and you leave your phone and you walk away and it's protected. Someone picks it up, they can't get into it, they can't find anything out, can't get into it. But if they know you, they know, your friends or kind of friends or work together, I can figure out your birthday. I can look up when you were born. I can try 2, 3, 4 times. I bet I can get it. And you will. You might. I can't say you will, but don't pick 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't pick 4, 3, 2, 1. Choose a PIN that you are going to remember, but no one would guess it, right? If your birthday is, well, mine's February 24th. So instead of February 24th, maybe I put in April 20th or, August 20th or, something. But don't stick with that real easy number because unfortunately it's pretty guessable. Your mailbox. This seems kind of antiquated, like mailbox. Well, who uses a mailbox anymore? Everything's done online. Everyone sends their bills, electronically and pays through websites. Well, not necessarily. And unfortunately, I have an identity theft mailbox story myself. My parents, they live in Southfield, and especially my mom, is writing a check. I don't know online. I don't know the internet. I don't want to get involved. I just want to write checks out. That's what I've been doing for 60 years. Sure, great, still works. So she wrote some checks, paid a bill. I'm not sure what bill it was, and walked out and put them in the mailbox and put the flag up so the mailman knows that there's mail in there to take away. Went back in the house, and as she was in the house, watched a car drive up, stop at the mailbox, open it, take the mail out, and drive away. And this is not the postman. And she's just, what happened? What just happened? Ran out, mail is gone. Someone, whoever that was, copied their checks, was able to kind of recreate checks and write checks against their account. And eventually it got figured out. You know, they made calls, they said, close this. Somebody might be trying to use this, but they did. They absolutely, which I would not have expected. I would think, put a check in the mail or your mailbox. Who's gonna look in your mailbox? But that's also what they're thinking. They're thinking, no one's gonna look in the mailbox, so that's exactly where I'll go. They've got all their account numbers on their bills. They've got maybe their credit card number. There's a lot of information you can just quick grab. And not only are they stealing your information, but those bills didn't get paid, right? Those checks that were supposed to go to a business that were stolen never, went to that business. So you're dealing with the theft, you're dealing with trying to figure out, if someone's using your account. But in the meantime, you still owe money to those same people. So be careful. Don't put things in your mailbox with the flag up. Kind of old school. It's always worked before, but again, nowadays, try not to drop things off in the big blue boxes, as you're driving away. A lot of people may have mail that goes directly into their home. Get your mail as soon as possible. If it's a mailbox you have to walk to, because again, I'm just gonna check in my mail. Someone opens your mailbox, takes your mail, maybe gets your refund check, they know your birthday's coming up. They're waiting for birthday cards. They see what looks like a birthday card and they take the gift cards out of it. It doesn't have to be super identity theft. It's just theft. It's just stealing. So your mailbox and your trash can, you wouldn't think of as being kind of hot spots, but indeed they are. Memorize your billing cycles, meaning know your due dates. Okay, I have a car payment. I know my car payment is due on the 15th of every month. I know my mortgage payment is due on the 1st of every month. I know, let's see, with DTE, I think is the 8th. But you have a certain order. Every month I pay these 4 bills. Every month this one comes, and then this one comes, and then this one comes. This month, the 4th bill came, but I didn't get the 3rd bill. Oh, well, must be late. Well, possibly late, but why is it different? Memorize your billing cycles. If you know something should be arriving right around the 1st of the month and it's not here, look into it. Was it stolen? Was it misplaced? Was it, mislabeled? If that credit card bill, let's say the credit card company is sending you a bill and someone steals it out of your mailbox because they want to get your credit card number. And you're thinking, well, they didn't send me a bill, so I guess I don't have to pay anything. If, I'm only going to pay if you send me a bill. It doesn't work like that. So you're still responsible for all the bills. If something hasn't come, I haven't gotten that credit card bill, call the credit card company. I haven't gotten, I got this a week late. Do you notice anything interesting? Do you notice anything unusual? It's just something to look out for. It becomes a habit. Like I say, you pay every 1st, you pay every 15th. Suddenly when you go to sit down to do the 15th and you're like, wait, I never got that car payment. Something's up, right? You want to know that in your head before you sit down and go, well, wait a minute, where'd that car payment go? You want to be looking for it. It could be an email. A lot of times you get emails, please pay your bill. Text messages. I get texts to say, your bill is due in 3 days, your bill is due in 2 days. If you're not getting those texts like you usually do, look into it, find out, ask. Something may have been changed. Lock it up. This is another potential solution. Certainly in apartment buildings or in condos, you see that there's all these little mailboxes with a key to get into each one. Well, what if you want to have a key on your mailbox? You want to put it right next to your front door. Sometimes they have them, outside right by the door, or you want to change it and put a slit in your door. Talk to the mailman. Maybe there's a combination lock. Maybe you can put a combination to the mailbox and you share it with the postman. I mean, certainly you can't keep a deadbolt lock where the mailman can't get at it, but there are more secure mailboxes than just a standard. There's mailboxes that are, cement, harder to get into. Probably more of an issue when you're receiving more mail. You have your own place. A lot of times when I lived in apartments, I got other people's mail a lot. Be careful. Look at your mail. Don't just throw it in a pile. Go through it first. If you have someone else's mail, get it to them. Either put it back in the post op, put it back in the post box, and a little note that says wrong address, or if it's the apartment across the hall, go take it to them. But if you're in an apartment, your mail may be missing. Your mail may have been delivered to another person, and not everyone is so helpful. They're like, that's her problem, or they'll throw it away, or they'll open it and use it. Read your mail, go through it carefully. And your computer is kind of the main one, but at the same time, you kind of have a computer on your phone, you have a computer on your iPad, your computer in your laptop. So the concept of your computer, of your data processing, where you look up information, where you type in information, where you check your messages and you send messages to other people, that is, it's a very busy kind of intersection of information. Got to keep it safe. Your operating system, do you have the newest? Have you been updating? Does it need a new update? Is something out of date? Sometimes things don't run anymore because there's a new program. Or it only works on the updated Adobe Acrobat. You want antivirus software. And this is something to turn to an expert, right? I'm not completely an expert on the antivirus software and malware and firewalls, but I find someone who is. My computer, I take it to someone who knows what they're doing and have them explain it to me. Set it up so it does this. Show it to me. Okay, well, what about when this happens? What if this pops up? What do I do if this happens? Take it to a computer store, call, Geek Squad, call the computer company, go to a computer teacher, There's a lot of people willing to help who have the knowledge, and all they want to do is give it away. They want someone to need them. So if you find a good computer person, say, hey, would you look at, my laptop, maybe put some antivirus stuff, maybe run a few diagnostic tests, put some filters on, or show me how to unsubscribe from things, how to block things. Again, it's preemptive. You're trying to get things set up first before you have to deal with it. So you don't get the virus, so you don't get spam emails. Like I said, I work at a credit union. My phone is extremely secure. Our email is extremely secure. We have a spam blocker, And every so often we'll get an email that says, here are your spam emails today. You know, so here's 8 emails that all went into spam. You can glance through and be like, yep, nothing, delete. Here's another 8 that went into spam. And no, those are all ads, delete. But it doesn't catch everything. It absolutely does not. There's emails, just like it said in the video, with instead of msgcu.org, it's from msgcu.com, you know, or it's from msggcu, you know, where it looks just like your standard MSGCU email or your standard Chase email, but there's a little something different. You know, it's a different website, maybe the what's it called, the signature at the bottom of the email, if someone has, you know, their name and their phone number and their information, if that doesn't match, or if maybe there is no signature, we get not lots, but we get a few emails each day of, hey, you know, please click here. What was the most recent one? There was one of, you know, we've detected this is the IT department, and we've detected an issue with your account. You know, please click here. And you're like, oh, issue with my account. Oh my gosh, I got to take care of this. And you click there, but you don't. Do not click there. I knew that it wasn't actually from my IT department because of the email address it came from. It came from somewhere. I'm like, that's not an MSCCU email. And we have a little tag that says this email came from outside of the system, you know, outside of other people inside of MSGCU. So if it had indeed been from my IT department, there would be no tag saying this was sent from outside the organization. So looks real, looks good. Why wouldn't I click on it? Because you got to stop and take a couple seconds, read it, look at it. Are there spelling errors, requests for money? A lot of times, you know, when we talked about scams, you know, you won. All you have to do is send the, you know, licensing fee. All you have to do is send the shipping fee, send one more shipping fee, password requests, any request for information. Your account needs to be verified. Your password needs to be verified. If you receive any emails like that, do not respond to the email. Contact the company it came from. So if you got an email from Consumers Energy and it says, dear Colleen, we've had some issues with your account, and in order to get your account back on track, we're going to need you to pay $200. Please click here to get your account back on track. Right? You might see that and go, oh, okay, I'll click there. Take the time, read it. Okay, Consumers Energy, does this look like an email I've gotten before? What do you mean pay $200? Does that sound right? I've paid my bills. If I've been paying my Consumer Energy bills, why would all of a sudden I need to give them $200? Contact actual Consumers Energy and say, hi, it's Colleen Godfrey. I got this email about needing to pay $200. Can you explain that? Can you let me know why? They'll look it up and say, oh, that's not from us. Don't respond to that. If it's a phone call, I think I've said this before, if it's a phone call and someone's requesting information, hang up and call the business. If they say, hi, this is MSGCU, and we're calling because there's some suspicious activity on your account, go ahead, hang up, and then call MSGCU back. The actual MSGCU will pick up, and if you say, oh, can you look into and see if there's any suspicious purchases, and then we'll go and look through. Someone calls and says, oh, this is Capital One, this is Chase Bank, and can you give us your PIN number so we can verify that you know, you are who you say you are? No. I'm not giving a PIN number over the phone. I'm not giving any information over the phone or email. Hang up and contact, you know, the well-known, not the number that's in the email, you know, not the number that's provided for you, but the number that's in, the company website, the phone book, and that's something a lot of people fall for, is when things are routine, you get on a routine, yep, pay $10, yep, pay $10, pay $10. So suddenly this month it says pay $20 and you just say, yep, pay $20 and move on without really realizing, well, wait a minute, how come it was $20 this month? So you get a lot of spam emails. You might want to have 2 different emails. An email that's your, communication. This is where people reach out to you. This is how you get in touch with you. This is where you send stuff back and forth. And then you have kind of a junk email. When you go to a store and they're like, oh, can we get your email for coupons? Oh, can we get your email for 10% off? Or anytime you order something from somewhere online, let's say I order a bottle of Aquafina from Aquafina, suddenly I'm going to start getting tons of emails from Aquafina. Have a kind of junk email address that all that stuff can be sent to. And then if you want, you go in and you say, okay, search the Kohl's. Yeah, I do have some Kohl's Cash emails in here, or I do have some Old Navy deals in here. But it cuts down on the giant amount of spam that comes to your kind of one email. And it really helps, because there's always times where it's just easier to just give them the email instead of arguing about it. And then you give them your spam email and it all goes, and you don't even check that email, or you check it, every couple months and just delete a ton of stuff. That's my recommendation. I did that and I couldn't believe how quickly that other email address filled up. It was really amazing. Don't overshare your computer email. Now we're talking Instagram, Facebook, posting public information that anybody can see. If you're posting it on your school's Facebook or your job's Facebook, everybody can see that. You don't want to say, this is where I live, or here's a picture of me, in front of my house, and you can see my house numbers. Certainly they mentioned in the video going on vacation. That's a big one. A lot of people don't think about it. They'll write, hey, we're checking in here in Cancun, Mexico. We're having a great time. Look at these pictures of us on the beach. Tomorrow, hey, we're swimming with dolphins today. Beautiful sunset. Someone back here is reading that like, oh, so the house is empty. Interesting. Okay, perfect. And they say they're not coming back for another week. Okay, great. So now I know that there's a week left that I can go rob them. Instead, go on your vacation, go to Cancun, take your pictures, and then when you come back, then you can share them. You can say, wow, guys, I had a great trip to Cancun. Here's a bunch of pictures of when I went, but I'm already home. That doesn't leave any space for, oh man, if you let people know, hey, going out of town for the weekend, can't wait to go to Vegas for the weekend. Be careful what you say. I just got a brand new something. Is there someone who's really jealous of that something and just might try to come take it? I've actually seen online people's first credit cards. People get their first credit card and they're so excited that they take a picture of it and post it. And they say, look, I got my first credit card. Oh, it's got a number on it. It's got that 16-digit number on it. It's got an expiration date on it. Anyone who sees that can now go buy something with it. Do not post any of that personal information. You really don't need any of it, right? You can post, I can't wait to go to Vegas, period. I don't know when it's going to be. It used to be you'd really share kind of like play by play, like, well, now I'm going here, and now I'm going to meet for lunch here, and then now I'm going here. You don't need to share your whole day. You don't want someone to be able to kind of track you, get your routine. If I follow you online, if I follow your Instagram, I can figure out where you'll be on a Wednesday afternoon. I can figure out where you'll be on a Saturday morning, or where you go every Tuesday night. You know, it can tell a lot of information that you don't think is negative. It's not negative, but can be used in a negative way. Someone who's collecting this information can use it to their advantage. And also, posting about other people, that's something you got to talk to your friends about. What they post about you. If they say, you know, hey, this person and I are going away for the weekend, or this person and I just graffitied all over a wall, you know, now you're responsible for that. Now it's on there, even though you didn't post it, someone else posted it. You need to be responsible for what other people, you know, are they posting pictures of you? Are they posting comments? You know, are you sharing things anonymously? Does your name reflect your name, or is your name table? So maybe they don't necessarily know which person the handle table goes with. All right, so those are 5 jackpots to keep in mind: your trash, your cell phone, your computer, your mailbox, and oh goodness, what was the the pin pad. The pin pad was the other one. Yes. Were there any questions on identity theft or trying to prevent identity theft?
No, Colleen, you covered everything thoroughly. Oh my God. And that phone call said spam, spam risk.
Yeah.
So it
Don't
really
pick
is,
it up.
it really is good to have all of these precautions in place so that you can safeguard your personal identity and your banking and credit information, because there can be positive solutions if it happens, but why let it happen if you don't have to?
Right.
You know?
Exactly. And it used to be this would only happen to your landline. You know, salespeople didn't call your cell phone. You know, you didn't get ad calls on your cell phone. And nowadays, I get texts, you know, about, don't I want to lose 30 pounds? And I'm like, who's, where did this come from?
I know. I get, I heard you had back trouble. And it's like, who'd you hear that from? Who's got my information selling it out there? Because I didn't subscribe to any of it, you know? I didn't subscribe to any of it. But one of the things that you have to remember when you do agree to sign up with different businesses and whatnot, in that fine print, it says that they share their information with third parties. And that's where that unsolicited emails, you know, and messages come from. Because once you agree to that website, you then agree to them utilizing your information with other, you know, organizations and ads and different things. And it's like, really, that, you know, that kind of sucks, you know. And then they make you go through hoops of fire to be unsubscribed to these various emails that you didn't ask for in the first place, you know. And then you have to also be careful too that when you click and open them, they don't contaminate your computer and your devices with viruses and
Exactly.
malware.
If it doesn't doesn't look right in the subject line, if it doesn't, the address doesn't seem, Bill Gates with a Z, just go ahead and delete it. Don't even bother.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Colleen. We appreciate all this great information. And thank you all for joining. And I know this is going to be some very helpful information to help you guard your identity and keep your personal information safe. Everybody have a great day.
Have a wonderful day, guys.
Thank you. See you next time.